What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Nerd On Update, our weekly show in which we talk about the nerdy news that is exciting or interesting to us, and the later half of the show in which we answer questions from you, the people. And I'm just going to start off and hand it on over to Corey.
I don't have any news, so go ahead, Josh.
Okay.
He said, you activated my trap. Mirror force.
I won!
I thought you had
won
news
that one.
because we always say you must bring news. Okay, so this past week, Todd McFarlane, creator of Spawn, announced he will be launching a dedicated TV development and production arm to his company, McFarlane Films. McFarlane has a first look deal with Whip Studio. It didn't have a studio or productions or whatever after it. So Whip, they did Mayor of Easttown, and he plans to identify and develop new emerging talent, creator-owned properties, independent brands, stories, and characters. With the attachment of Jamie Foxx to the upcoming potential Spawn movie and some other development stuff that he's been doing with Jason Blum, other opportunities have started to present itself to him, and he was like, well, I better do this. The first shows that are in development are there's one called McFarland, which is a stop motion series that features original McFarlane toys, and
Awesome.
a drama series called Thumbs, which is based on a best-selling graphic novel written by Sean Lewis and art by Hayden Sherman. The gist is that it's about an esports player, and he's trying to get a scholarship and stuff like that. So, yeah, so that's interesting to me. I'm a big
Down
fan of
with
the
that,
Todd
yeah.
father. So,
Todd father.
You're a Spawnman.
Corey, did you laugh at McFarlane because of the childhood name making?
Yeah.
Okay.
McFarlane is my family's name.
Oh,
So-
Okay.
nice.
Yeah,
That's my
well.
news. That there isn't a lot more information about it. It was just announced that is going to happen. But Tom, back to you.
Back to me. So
It's gonna rain.
something really weird in the a disturbance in the force. A Marvel MCU movie was rotten in Rotten Tomatoes. I'm talking about Eternals. Eternals came out this weekend, and before the movie came out, all the critics who got to see it in the premieres or all the screeners, where do they have you? Out of already 150 reviews, it was already like in the 60, 59. Once it hits 59, it's considered rotten. Again, it's not like
Wow.
the website considers it rotten. It's just that 50% of audience members, or more than 50% of audience members, say that it's less than a 3 out of 5. So it's a 2 out of 5, or like a 4 out of 10, and whatever the number of the hell. Or sometimes they do like a C- instead of a B+, because every review website wants to throw up the review and be like, oh, go to our website because we're smart people. Now it sits a comfortable 307 reviews after the weekend at a 48%.
Wow.
With the audience score at 80%, with 5,000 ratings.
What a twist.
But
Said, what a twist.
what a twist. The audience and the critics are divided. And the DC fandom people like me are just like, first time, it's cool. It happens all the time.
First time?
It's interesting because a lot came out of this weekend for just conversations of like what the MCU is going to go through. Kevin Feige, if you look back several months ago, talking about the press junket for the Eternals, saying like this is going to be the best Marvel film ever. He thinks it's a true contender for like a Best Picture at the Academy Awards. And a lot of people have their own kind of perspectives on it and takeaways. I do want to say that hard facts are, it is a $200 million movie, just like as Disney puts out with these Marvel films.
Yeah.
And it over worldwide has gotten $162 million. So I think domestically, however, it is the number 2 opening weekend. And again, everything within the confines of 2021, 2020, opening within a pandemic year. Money being made at all is kind of just amazing to be heard. Not because like you're rooting for the films, but the fact that people are actually wanting to go to the movies in general. It's always a conversation to see if the dual hybrid release day and date, like HBO Max or Peacock, what the numbers may lie in there, and with something like Disney Plus around the corner, the theatrical window to watch something in the theaters amongst other people is getting smaller and smaller. So some people want to preserve that there's at least 3 months. Before it used to be like 6 months. Little OGs like our hosts here would remember that it would take you like 9 months to get the VHS.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh man, like I watch
Can't wait till that comes into the stores. I'm going to get the box set. It's going to be
Remember
awesome.
when like you'd have to like get the movie on Christmas? You're like, oh, this is a great Christmas present because the movie's finally coming out.
Yeah.
Like, I just remember that specific. Like
they would hold releases for Christmas because they would sell more.
Yeah.
So, it's just an interesting thing. There's something, of course, since I'm the DC boy. I was just
gonna say because I saw it this weekend, and it's an interesting experience going to the movies nowadays. Because it's starting to get to a place that theaters are not full, but there's quite a bit of people in them.
I mean, the thing is with the Marvel film, Shang-Chi, Black Widow, Eternals, especially going to be for Spider-Man. Marvel films are they have kind of proven themselves that they're always going to bring back millions of dollars back to their studio. So I think, again, hard facts is that Marvel is a household name. People are going to come out and watch it. And the ideology that movies have to make $1 billion is kind of a thing of the past, which I'm kind of happy about, because movies being kind of graded based on their box office performance is a very shallow performance. It's very good for products and very good for merchandising and very good for businesses. Right. But as their credit and impact and culture and influence, I think it's another thing. So speaking of influence, Chloe Zhao, the director of No Man Land and also Academy Award winner for that film, directed Eternals. And a little thing trended over the weekend, every day of the week, and it was a director's name of Zack Snyder. And again, if you're familiar with this program, then you know that Restore the Snyderverse is a close thing to our hearts. But the reason why he trended was a funny thing. Is because Zack Snyder is the blueprint was the quote unquote full hashtag trend. And is because that Chloe Zhao mentioned in later press junkets as the film came out that Man of Steel was her inspiration for how to depict Icarus in this film, who is played by Richard Madden, who in the MCU's canon or mythology so far is kind of what inspired the creation of Superman in that universe. She was saying pretty much like praising the film, saying like how it's a rich, authentic, true mythological telling of the Ubermensch, the Superman, the Clark Kent story. And everyone just started going crazy and having fun. So just the part of where I'm coming in on the newsworthy thing is a lot of diehard MCU fans that will always say that like Marvel can't do no wrong, are having conflicting feelings that like, oh, should they like this movie because Rotten Tomatoes gave it a bad score? Should they not like it because she praised Zack Snyder? Or a lot of people are like, oh yeah, that's why it's bad because she likes Zack Snyder. So there's a lot of funny takeaways you can check on the internet.
My head hurts.
But getting further into that, apparently Disney Plus is going to be releasing several of their Marvel movies in the IMAX aspect ratio, in the 1:3:1. Which is the same aspect ratio that Zack Snyder releases Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Interesting.
So a lot of people are like,
interesting.
Blueprint again, baby. Blueprint again. So it's to me, that's a very enjoyable kind of thing. Again, you don't have to like any of the DCU films. You don't have to like Zack Snyder as a director, but you shouldn't hate the person. I think it's just kind of funny. So I think, honestly, just because of just a Marvel movie that brings a lot of press towards that one director who's off making his own universes with Netflix. Other than that, I could go on a little bit.
I know you can.
Huh?
I said, I know you can.
But we do have the second part of the show to go on to. And Josh, why don't you sing us into that?
Yeah, of course. The next part of our show, like I said at the top, we answer questions from you, the people. And if you would like to submit questions, there are so many ways that we made a website that you can go to find all those ways. And you go to nerdon.tv/questions, and it has all of the ways, including an email, a form. The easiest and I think the most fun way to submit questions is go on over to our Discord, nerdon.tv/Discord. And there are channels within there that you can submit your questions. And as an added awesome bonus, if you are a member of the Nerd On Nation, you get what we call the Nerd On Nudge, where we answer your questions first. You get that, and you get a whole bunch of other things. So check out that Nerd On Nation, nerdon.tv/Patreon. But enough of that. Let's get to the questions.
Yeah.
You can ask questions like Jeremy M. asks, if you could replace the fear in the litany against fear with any other word, what would it be?
So, for the litany against fear, for those who are listening who have not watched...
educate me.
Who have not watched Dune or have not read Dune, it is as follows. I quickly Googled this because I forgot. I'm like, oh, I did pick this. So, the litany is as follows. I must not fear. Fear is the mind killer. Fear is the little death that brings total obliteration. I will face my fear. I will permit it to pass over me and through me. And when it has gone past, I will turn the inner eye to its path. Where the fear has gone, there will be nothing. Only I will remain. So, what would we replace with fear?
Poof. Self-doubt.
I had a really childlike answer. I went, poop.
I must not poop. Poop is the mind killer. Poop is the little death that brings total obliteration. I will face my poop.
See? But really, my adult answer was apathy.
Apathy.
Interesting.
For me, I would say, because I'm like a little like I would want to say don't sell out. I was like I must not sell out. But then
Selling out is the mind killer.
yeah, but then I sold my soul out for Manscaped already. So
Yeah.
I mean, I'm like, look,
It's already happened, man.
hey man, I gotta pay
Ain't
the
too
bills.
bad.
I'm trying to make an empire out of this, and so it's like, oh, man, what must I not do? What is the complete litany against? The litany against. I must not.
I mean, it's NoFap November, so
I must not nut. Nut is the mind killer.
Not.
Nut is the little death that brings total obliteration.
There it is.
Well, and so I see in the chat, I think like super horny. To be like, I must not super horny. I think those would be the ones. I feel like Dow is really
nice.
good.
I think that's the
Poop
one,
is
yeah.
really good. Nut is also really good.
Next question comes from Spencer. Shout out. Check
Shout
out their podcast. You've been arrested for murder. Which of your co-hosts is most likely to have framed you?
Oh man, neither of you guys are likely to frame. You guys are like the people I would call if I needed to get out of some shit, and both of you'd be like, "What do you need?" like the genie. Poof. What do you need? Poof. What do you need?
But I mean, if one of us is to frame you,
Yeah, that's a good question. I feel like it would be Josh because no one would suspect.
do
Do you know what I mean?
That's the real
Like,
answer.
I
The true
feel like
answer.
because no one would suspect it, and Bonnie and like all the dogs would back him up. They're like, "Yeah, he was here, like 100%."
That's weird.
Yeah,
he was totally here all night. That's weird.
and then he would like, bury any evidence in his beautiful garden.
Or have my dogs eat it.
Yeah, any of the two.
Yeah.
Luna would be the only one who might crack.
Yeah.
Was it Corey? She might be like, no.
No. Yes.
Josh.
Man.
Escaped. 20% off and free shipping worldwide with code NERDON.
Yeah, exactly. I can't get past the fact that neither of you would do that. You guys would be like, but if I have to choose, gun to my head,
One of us framed you. It's in the reality.
one of you guys frame me, so it's Caitlin. No, I'm just kidding. Of people here, Tom framed me. He's just maniacal enough to do it. He's like, I got you, bro.
That's how I said.
That's how he did it. I've got you, bro. Bro.
Oh,
So many-
man. You
so
know
many
what? If they
connotations.
whitewash me in a biopic, Josh, you could play me. That's fine.
I must not frame my friends. Framing my friends.
Friends
is the
don't let
mind killer.
friends frame other friends.
Corey. Corey for sure frames me.
Yeah.
Corey,
The right answer is me.
You know
Yeah.
why Corey frames me for sure? Because he already did in Wolf Among Us.
Yeah, I did.
No, is it Wolf Among Us? No, One Night Ultimate
One Night
Werewolf
Werewolf.
with his freaking wife, and she just like absolutely was
Kevin.
like, I'm gonna believe him over this stranger. I'm
I
like,
turned a whole table on him, and the worst part is they were all looking at him, and he looked at me, and I smiled.
and I was like, it's him. I know it. And that's why I'm just like, and that's the
was
thing.
me.
You know why? It's because one conniving person knows another conniving
Yeah.
person. So.
It's like a total movie moment. Like if they had slowed it down, it would have been Tom looking up, everyone looking at Tom and pointing, and then just me at the other end of the table, just like slow motion.
Kaiser Soze.
I think that was it. That was the whole thing.
Some bull.
Just that. Ba, 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 ba.
Next question is actually an extension and addition to this question, coming from Sharkbait. Piggybacking off
Ooh-ha-ha.
of Spencer's question, which one of your co-hosts would be found to be an accomplice? Which one would help post your bail?
Oh.
Who would be an accomplice to my what? Wait, what?
Wow!
My brain stopped.
Just had a damn stroke on stream.
Yeah, I did.
I smell bacon.
I smell like beef.
I smell like beef.
What did it hit? What?
Yeah, one more time. Which
Yeah,
one of
please.
your co-hosts would be found to be an accomplice? Which one
Yeah.
would help post your bail?
I feel like you would be the one who posts my bail, Josh.
For
and if I was getting
feeling
into some
bad
shit-
because I framed you.
You're right. Tom would be my. If I did it, Tom would be my accomplice.
Yeah.
He'd be like, all right,
Yeah.
let's do this.
Josh?
Who would help you cover up a murder? Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's a. There's only two people here, so Corey's my accomplice. Or there could be this weird situation where Tom is my accomplice, and then he frames me at the last minute, and then bails me out for some reason just to mind
Well, let's
fuck
say
me.
the way I was doing it is, let's say you actually committed that crime. Who would
Yeah.
be your accomplice, and then who would bail you out?
Caitlin. No, I'm just kidding. Corey would be my accomplice, just because he's here for me, and I think Tom would be like, nah, you're right, man. He'd frame me, but then he'd bail me out just to like,
I'm more
just
like
to
I would.
switch, just to
I
like
mean,
switch the guys.
No
like,
spoilers, but I would probably like prestige you. You know, I'd be like Mr. Lord Caldwell and be like, you need out of this prison, don't you?
you dumb bitch.
Give me the secrets. Give me the prestige.
you dumb bitch.
It's like, I saw you dead. Yeah, Corey's the accomplice, and Josh, you're bailing me out. I feel like
you know this.
I feel like I'd be like, hey man, I know these team of pirates helped us out, but we gonna kill them. And then Josh would be like, no, I gotta bail your ass out. So
Let me go to my coffers.
yeah, that's what happened.
Okay.
That's what happened.
That's all the questions that we take from that sheet. Tom gets to take the madness
Ready-made
of
questions.
the chat.
So these are questions from the chat. Some of them will be from today, and some will be from last week, or maybe even the week before that. So the first question is going to be from Gamer Fuji Julie. Question: what's your most desired item you would add to your collection if you had no limits? It can be a figure, comic, art, trading cards, etc.
Oh my god. I mean,
You're the
I don't think
devil.
This isn't the right one, but if it were trading cards, it would definitely Black Lotus, like
Oh,
Alpha Black Lotus from MTG. I could have bought one back in the day for $1,800, and I went, that's stupid, and now it's like $20-something,
I was going to say,
$20,000.
I remember you sending me something.
$20-something.
Yeah, now it's like $20-something. No, it's like I forget what the last one just sold for, but it's a wild amount. There's also these dual lands that I could have bought at the time for like $80-something that are now worth like thousands. Just like, ugh, I hate it.
Josh,
But let me. I need a real answer. That wouldn't be it. I don't think.
The thing that I would never get, but
In this
want it.
scenario, you would.
Your
I-
most
in the-
desired item.
My
should
most
you have
desired
no limits.
item. There is this medieval Spawn statue that's just, it's massive. It's like huge, and it looks so incredibly dope. And it's really solid, super heavy, and so expensive. Like I see it on some websites, and I'm like, man, that's really cool looking. But no. But it
I know
looks
what my
really cool.
answer is.
Yeah, what is it?
Oh, well, let me give you my real answer
Yeah.
first.
Yeah.
I want unlimited. I want unlimited.
What's that?
Fully comic book graded Action Comics #1.
Oh, okay.
Back in 2016, it sold for $5 million.
Hell
If
yeah.
I have that shit, I'm like,
That's the murder I'm committing.
Yeah.
power.
That's the one.
power.
Um,
And a little fun fact, if anyone hasn't listened to our BVS episode, the man who purchased that $5 million Action Comics one is in the end sequence at the funeral
That's right.
of Batman vs. Superman. So
Yeah.
they brought
my real answer would be movie used. I want one of every weapon from Lord of the Rings,
Okay.
but like the movie used, not the replica shit.
Like the ones
Fuck
that were
that.
held
him in.
by
You want that
Vigo
Aragorn
and-
one where he slept with and he was all stinky with.
I want the one that he slapped that dagger out of the way. I want one of everybody's weapons.
Nice.
I want each of the staffs for Gandalf. I want Sting. I want it all.
Wow.
That would be cool. And I just put it along my wall here. Just like, there we go.
Nice.
I'm just reading in the
that
chat.
includes a ring. That includes the ring as well.
I'm just reading in the chat that Mr. Bradley P. A Bad Reprint has a 1-to-1 copy replica for it. So of Action Comics. So
That's pretty dope.
dope. Next question.
Yes.
Okay, I'm erase these. Okay, next
That was a
question.
fun question.
Zelda Moore, what are y'all's top 2 items on your bucket list in case it wasn't asked last time?
Oh, wow.
Top 2 items on our bucket list. Go to Italy. It's on my bucket list. Go to Italy is like #1 with a bullet. I love art and I love food. And I thought I was Italian for most of my life. So that's where I want to go.
And I found out it was a lie.
I did. Thanks, 23andMe. You've ruined my life. And then my other bucket list thing would be to cage dive with sharks.
Okay.
Those are my 2, I've wanted those things for so fucking long. So long. Unreal how long I wanted those.
You go, Tom.
Great white
I'm-
specifically.
Great white specifically. Let's do it. You go, Tom. I'm thinking I have one.
Go to Japan. And travel and eat all the food there. And then this is gonna be a dumb one, but it's me and it's my bucket list. Do at work. Make that sweet lovin's at work, baby. At my
Okay.
workplace. Obviously, not a show for everyone, but just one of those like hot, sexy moments where I'm like, I'm working real hard. And It's
Oh.
really stressful or something like that.
Did it
And,
just
you know,
occur to you, Corey?
I thought he said do the duet work. And I was like, the duet work? Like,
Is he
work
talking about
with,
TikTok?
like sing
Like,
a
what is
duet
he-
with? Like, yeah. I was like, what does this mean?
Is
you
it a
know,
Do
song?
like,
the do
Does he-
at work.
like have a really cool office, and then like the whole maybe lightly put the laptop down because that's expensive, but to throw the papers on the floor and all that stuff.
Like a corner office in a sky rise.
yeah, like a little penthouse suite kind of office.
You just
thing,
made it
right?
better for him because he went, no, yeah, you're
No,
right.
I mean, no, that's like the hot, sexy thing, right? You oversee
Yeah,
the whole
right.
thing, and
Right,
no one
right,
can
right.
see you from like the 80th fucking story, or it's like in a sound stage or something like that, and I'm the last person at the stage, and everyone's gone home because like I'm still working on, we're on hiatus or something like that. I'm like, and then my sweet, unfortunate woman of my life just comes in, and she's
I think
just
we
like,
get-
My
we it.
sweet, unfortunate woman of your life.
Yeah.
yes, she's sweet and lovely and hot, but she's very unfortunate because she's with me. So
Oh.
Not if you
had
have
it-
a corner penthouse.
Yeah,
and a
office.
sound studio that you're just like,
Yeah.
but she has to put up with my bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
that's true.
That's
very
why I'm
true.
like, oh, she's going to be so unfortunate. So
What's your second one?
No, he had
Is
to.
there-
my first one was Japan, and the second one was
I missed the first one because I was just so awestruck by the
do the duet.
do duet work. Do the duet work.
at work.
I think one for sure that I know is that I don't know why, but this has always come up in my brain as something that I would really love to do. And it's to hike the entirety of the Pacific Coast Trail. I grew up in a small mountain town.
Damn.
I grew up in a small mountain town that was like, it was one of its stops. And I always used to remember seeing the markers of like, wow, I've known a couple of people who have done it, and it's a lot of prep. It's a lot of time, but going from San Diego all the way up to Seattle.
How long does it take?
Some people,
Weeks.
Weeks, months. Some person took 6 months, like to just not like pushing yourself so hard, but like, I've just thought about it. I don't know why that's so weird, but just like being a mountain kid like me, I'm just like, that sounds interesting to me.
That's what's up.
Yeah. Another bucket list item that I've always, being an actor, being a voice actor, I think it would be dope to be in a game like Back 4 Blood, being a playable character, being somebody's main, I think would be just so dope. Like, it's one thing, like hearing dialogue that I've recorded in a game, like remembering the session that I was like, oh wow, I recorded that. But like being the actor, the character just sounds so cool to me, man. Like I want to do that.
I'm seeing the chat now. I want to apologize. I almost made Brad throw up from laughing. So I just saw that. Apologies, but not sorry. Sorry, not sorry.
Next question?
Yeah, next question.
So next one's going to be from Johnny Horror. In a movie, game, or show, what alien do you want to be?
In a movie, game, or show, what alien do I want to be? Okay.
Okay. For some reason, I was like, make your own alien. I was like, the one that is naughty. But,
no, the one that does the duet work.
The one that does the duet work. But in a game, okay. So like, be an alien in one of these things. Okay. Do you have one right?
No.
Oh,
I mean,
easy.
Someone said it in chat, but yeah.
In a show. It's called Dragon Ball Z. I'd be a Saiyan. Easy. I don't age that much, and
right.
I eat a lot, and I get really powerful, and we're intergalactic real estate agents.
Why not?
Man.
Okay.
It's totally cheating and breaking the question. Superman.
That's it.
Also a really good answer.
Yeah, it's an alien. It's true.
Man, I don't know if I have a good answer for this.
Plo Koon. Right? Is that name?
Plo Koon? Oh, the Jedi?
Yeah.
I mean, Plo Koon's cool. I mean, Ki-Adi-Mundi is also cool. But technically, I don't feel like anyone in Star Wars is not everyone's an alien. No one's an alien. It's like kind of, it's an all. And I feel like, do you know what I'm saying?
Are human Jedi aliens?
I think so, because they're from like different planets, like Dantooine and Coruscant, and
I mean, technically, Faye from Cowboy Bebop's Martian.
There you go. That's who I'll be. Faye Valentine.
That tracks. A bad case of amnesia.
Then I'll be. You know what? I'll be Piccolo.
Yeah, you'll be the best dad.
Yeah,
the best.
I'm so proud. Piccolo. I'm so proud. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry. Next question.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
All right. From MX Raf.
What up?
I think this is kind of holiday ish because of Halloween, but I feel like this can also work. Will there be a costume theme on a live Nerd On?
A costume theme? Oh, like if we did a live show.
Future, and I feel like in the future when we could definitely do like physical live events.
Yeah.
We should definitely do like a Halloween and have like a moment in our live show where it's like, okay, cool, we're doing the costume contest.
I'm totally down for that.
Yeah,
yes.
Yes, there will be. In which way? I don't know, but it will be.
Speaking of which, reach out to your local conventions and say, hey, invite Nerd on the podcast. That's how we get invited.
Actually, you know what would be really great?
How people get invited.
You know what would be really great is if we became a household name and then the costume theme was that you dress up as us and you have to do your best impersonation of us.
Wow.
Mine's just going to be rude and inappropriate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I'm just going to go up and be like, dick, farts, sex, duet.
Yeah.
DC. Okay, next
And then mine
question.
would just be like old guys with beards. Oh.
You
Not
broke
as fun.
yourself.
Yeah. Roasted.
Next question. Thomas Lario asked, "Do you guys like Bo Burnham?"
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes, I do.
Tom and I are going to watch Inside one of these days.
Some of these days.
Can we watch it together?
Can.
Hey.
I think no, we brought up Lil Dicky on our music artist or us, but Bo Burnham. I say Bo Burnham is the best thing that ever happened to YouTube. And like him making his first feature-length film, 8th grade, stupid. And then like also to get ready to direct and all that stuff, he was doing directing work for the Netflix comedy specials. I was like, stupid. Man, this guy came from YouTube, just sitting, playing on a keyboard, and then all of a sudden just blew up to be super internet famous. And then it was like, cool, I'm big on stage. Now I'm like helping other comedians, and now I'm directing films. And it's like, oh my God, I hate this guy. So talented.
So cool.
So cool.
He's so cool.
Next question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Dougler93 asks, question, is there a TTRPG out there that you want to try that is not D&D?
Oh, tabletop. I had to calculate that in my brain. Tabletop
it's titty
RPG.
RPG.
Yeah.
Yes, Warhammer.
Oh, nice.
Warhammer 40K.
That was gonna be mine. Warhammer 40K.
It's so fucking expensive.
I feel well. Also, I like the designs, especially like of like all the demons and stuff like that. So I'm like, yeah, I want to see like the monstrosities, and also I like the thing is like what allures me to most tabletop RPGs is just the minis and wanting to paint them. Like I probably would want to paint them more
100%.
than play the game. Actually,
Not me. I don't know how to paint them, but
I don't know how to paint either. You think I just came out the womb knowing how to paint?
You have the patience to at least put like Gundams together. I don't have that. Part of my brain did not develop. Part of my brain's like, is this going to take more than 6 minutes? I don't fucking want to do it.
How the hell do
where
you
it is.
play turn-based RPGs on any video game
That's
and still
different,
be like,
man.
oh, I have no
Because
patience.
it's all different shit. Like constantly, that is one thing for 4 hours. I can't paint. I can't draw. Like can't do it.
But then you edit.
Yeah, because that's constantly changing
To me,
and shifting and moving.
editing is more like, oh, gauge my eyes out. I have no patience for this.
It's literally reward after reward after reward. Where with stuff like building the Gundam and with painting, you're not really rewarded until the end of it. But with editing, you're like, that clip looks good.
Well,
I match that
think-
up, clip that up, get this here.
I think for me,
reward,
it's more like
reward.
It's like, oh, I'm putting this work into that, and I'm gonna be really happy when that adds to this other thing.
I don't have that part. I don't have the when this gets done. I don't have that part. My brain does not exist.
The reward part does not connect.
No, the reward part is there, but it's not the, oh man, when this is done, it's going to be great, which is why it's like,
this needs to be
Can't do
great now.
yeah, it needs to be fun now.
Yeah.
Josh, do you have one?
You know, I was a part of a game that was I think it's called Strangelands. They have different
Savage Lands?
Savage Lands, and I was in
Savage Lands.
I was in a Mountains of Madness like HP Lovecraft thing, and I'd love to do other HP Lovecraft like stories in the Savage Lands like methodology or whatever. It's really cool. I like it. I got to read like the manual for Savage Lands, and I was like, hey, this is interesting, because I only knew D&D, so it's not vastly different, but it's a different universe, so to speak.
Yeah. It's a little more malleable.
Yeah.
Next question.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
We got time for maybe two more after
Yeah,
that.
let's
this
do-
one, the next one.
I say 2,
Yeah, let's say 2.
right?
Yeah. So this one, then the next one's the last one. So, Ethan,
Shout
who,
out.
on the stream, is pizza considered an open face sandwich?
No. No.
Mm.
Just like a calzone is not a sandwich.
Is like, like toast, right? You just put a little
Yeah.
bit of butter, put a little bit of sauce, put a little cheese. Is that still
Yeah.
toast, or is that a pizza now?
It has to do with the type of bread underneath.
Okay.
I don't but here's the thing. I don't subscribe that a hot dog is a sandwich.
Okay.
I think that's a lie. I think a hot dog's a fucking hot dog. A sandwich is a sandwich.
Is a PB and is a Smucker's PB and J like a calzone?
No, so that's a sandwich. That uses white bread.
Okay.
If it used pizza crust, then it's a calzone.
Okay. I'm just asking. I'm just asking the questions. I'm glad that you're clarifying. I'm just asking.
Yeah.
Josh,
Passionate about this. I used to be Italian, Tom. I'm very passionate about this.
Do you consider a hot dog an open-faced sandwich, Josh?
I think an argument
you can
can
fold the
strongly
sandwich.
be made
You could
for it
fold the
being an
pizza.
open-faced sandwich. Like I think
If anything, it's a pie.
I mean, I know pizza pie, but I'm like, and how it's cooked, and even deep crust or deep dish. Oh, that's.
So, but a
Anyway.
pie doesn't always have. Does a pie always? The pie
I
doesn't
kind
always
of
have to
think
have
it's
a
an
thing over
open-faced
it.
sandwich. I think I can
A
be on
pizza
board
doesn't
for
always,
that.
but then it becomes a calzone. So like, some pies do have a top over it. So is that a sandwich suddenly? Where are we drawing the line?
I think I could be swayed towards it being an open-faced sandwich. This is not a
make me
hill I will die on.
You make me sick.
Hey man, I don't give a shit as long as you put pineapple on it. I'm cool.
Oh!
What's up, it's Steve's? Jabroni, MXC. I don't know what
Does
Steve
he like
says.
pineapple on a pizza?
Anthony Steve's?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, he
Dana
will.
does. She does the ham and pineapple and the coconut
Dude,
shavings.
yeah, also, who gives a shit? It's like, just eat it. If you don't like it, I was just given an anchovy pizza the other day, and I was like, oh, I've never had this. I like anchovy. I like pizza. And we had it, and I was like, oh, the cheesiness really complements the super saltiness of the fish. And then another guy from New York had a slice. He's like, I don't like it. And I'm like, all right. I was like,
Yeah.
give me the anchovies. And he's like, all right. And that was it. End of story. We could be civil. People making mounds over molehills.
I've
Yeah.
never actually had an anchovy pizza. I've always wanted to try it.
I just think of that
It's good.
Futurama episode.
I mean, it's like I mean, if you like Caesar salad, I feel like you're gonna like anchovy pizza.
Interesting.
Same kind of kick.
I do want more of these kind of questions in the future. Just saying, of
Hot take.
like there's one in the chat right now. Is a cake a frosting sandwich? I'm not gonna answer it. Let's not answer it. I want it to be in the Discord. I want it in the so I can put it
I
in
hate
there
it.
and we could program it. I want all these questions. These are these,
Is a
to me,
computer a car?
these are the best.
It has an
questions.
engine.
These are the best
Fuck you.
questions. Like, is a human a meat?
bottom hands?
Are humans just sausages?
Is it a push-up or an earth press? What is it?
Is a couch an L bed? No, stop, please. It's a couch.
Okay. Last question of the night of the episode. From Black Diablo Mamba. Question. When Nerd On goes global, who do you want to be sponsored by?
Pizza. Not a sandwich. That's a good question.
War.
I appreciate the when. Also,
I want to be sponsored by War.
Yeah,
war.
yeah.
So when military units have to
Like
go,
just like the general idea of war.
yeah,
You wanna be
like when
sponsored
military units have to go and fight, figure out whose country's worth dying for or worth killing for. The only type of
no.
radio they can listen to is our show. So at the end of it all, like most of our episodes are about like us coming together, and they'll be like, you know what, this is dumb. Let's stop killing each other. This is dumb. That's how it would be. Imagine.
Josh, what you got?
Zack Snyder. No, just kidding. That's interesting. I mean, I think it would be cool to be sponsored by a lot of like mom and pop shops, like
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 1,000.
Yeah, like a lot. I think that would be cool.
So all these mom and pop shops are giving us money.
we're
The only
supporting
reason
small
I'm poking
business.
holes-
Tom.
The only reason I'm poking holes is like, wouldn't it be better if we were the giant corporation that was like, oh, go to this mom and pop store, and then they become fucking millionaires out of that? Instead,
I
we're now
don't know.
taking
I
them
don't have an
money.
answer, to be really honest.
Corey?
If we could be sponsored by one, I would say Black Magic. would be a dope company to be sponsored by.
Avid.
There you go.
They make Pro Tools, Media Composer. Avid would be a dope one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm thinking of like the biggest money. I want to take a chunk of that.
You want
money.
like Tesla money?
I want military contract money. That's in the trillions. They're like, oh, okay. And I was like, yeah, you need to make sure that in the Humvees they have 5.1 surround sound, so when Josh mixes this shit, they can hear it. You know what I'm saying? So, and then like all the ads when they're playing their Xboxes, they're like, oh, here's an ad, and it's just like us. It's
nice.
like, oh, check out this episode. You know what I'm saying?
I get it. I get you.
Trying to make our pockets big.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
And then also we can hire actors to dub our stuff in other languages for other militaries. You know what I'm saying?
I dig it. Bringing the world together through Nerd on the Podcast.
You know, and then when people are doing the consensually, when they're all,
doing the
so
duet.
Anyway, thank you guys for joining and listening. This is Nerd On.
Everybody
Nerd
at
on
home.
the Warcast podcast.
That is this week's episode of The Update. Thank you so much for sending in your questions. We love answering them. If you are new to the show, thanks for joining. We appreciate you. Wherever you're listening, we are on all of the podcast apps. Anywhere a podcast can be heard, we're there. So go to your favorite podcast app and rate and review us. If you're watching on YouTube, stop by, like the video, subscribe, share it with your friends and family. That is how we grow. Remember, you do get 20% off and free shipping over at manscaped.com if you use the code NERDON. So check that out. And also the Nerd On Nation. Huge shout out. It's the way that we've been able to upgrade our content and keep the lights on, literally keeping the lights on. So check it out, nerdon.tv/Patreon.
Without you?
There it is.
Jesus.
There it is.
Jesus, Corey.
I feel like one of those things where I'm like, and they didn't know at the time, but I was.
You mean you're Banksy from Exit Through the
People
Gift
have to
Shop?
watch the video to get that.
Yeah. Everyone listening, he just turned off the lights.
But everybody, thank you so much for just being here and listening and watching. We appreciate you. You're all dope. Take care of yourselves. You know the drill. As always, Nerd On.
Nerd on.